Hello everyone, welcome back to All the Mods 7. So, I've done a little bit of a change to the dome. Ugly looking dome, it's not as ugly. Still a little bit ugly, but, you know, what can you do about that, eh? I have put some of this dark, what's it called? I think it's black sheet metal. I think that goes really well with spruce. So, yeah, I just replaced like a bunch with this, bunch of the glass with it. I also am going for this, like, no, what is it? It's spruce trim, because I think that would look kind of cool. As I said, I wanted to keep this sort of open, but on these sides, considering, you know, they're going to be open like this, I did it did it up a little bit. What else I do? So I put some of these lights up here. And I did some mechanism. A lot of mechanism. This is Fissile fuel automated. I don't know why I did it off camera. It's kind of an interesting, like, how to set this up thing. And before I forget, I wanted to do this on camera. So I've got a ton of muffler upgrades so we can silence this beast. Because listen to it. So I'm just going to go through like this. And this. And this. There you go. Oh, so much quieter. Amazing. So this looks kind of complicated, but it really isn't when you think about it. When you're like, have a goal and you set yourself the goal of getting these things. This is not that complicated. So I'll go over each bit because I don't know, people might want to do a similar setup if they're going to make some fissile fuel. This is making a ridiculous amount of fissile fuel. If we were to like pipe these into an entanglement and then put that, I'm not going to do an entanglement. I'm actually going to make 2 fusion reactors, which will not make us any power, by the way. We'll come to that later. But basically, let's start with the beginning. First thing you're gonna want to do is not this bit. Unless you've chunk destroyed in the main overworld and you've got a ton of sulfur, so sulfur, this stuff from thermal. So there is, I believe there's some of these sulfur deposits, sulfur ore. They're going to be around the place, I hope. I'm having to do it a different way because if I go in here, I've only got 5 sulfur, and I've only had 5 sulfur this entire time. So I must have mined that myself a while back. I vaguely remember it being like down at lava level, basically. So instead, we're doing a different sulfur recipe. And at first, I was looking at this, and I was like, oh god, I'll have to like do a fractioning still, or I'll have to go and get a sulfur bee. I was like proper concerned. I'll have to like figure out how to do this. To get regular sulfur, you can do a few bits. So I think the one that some people might do is blaze rods. But then you get loads of blaze powder, and then what do you do with the blaze powder? But yeah, doesn't make sense. So I was scrambling around trying to figure out a good way of getting sulfur, to the point where I almost set my quarry up again in the overworld to quarry out a massive area to get some sulfur, literally just for sulfur. And I realised there's this recipe from Mekanism. So I looked at this one up first, so I've got loads of gunpowder now because I tried to automate some gunpowder. And then I realised this wasn't just hydrogen, because I read that as hydrogen for some reason. But that's hydrogen chloride, which is a lot different. So you need hydrogen, you need some chlorine, and then to get chlorine, you need brine, and to get brine, you need to do one of those like thermal evaporation tower things, and I don't want to do that yet. We are going to do it. I think we need to for some of the power stuff we're going to have to do. But there's another recipe which I almost missed, but it's this. this can be any kind of, like, it can be water, and I'm using water here. So you use water, some oxygen, some, well, that's a block of charcoal or a block of coal. I'm actually using this recipe here. So water, oxygen, and coal is making me sulfur. And I'm just voiding the hydrogen, and to void hydrogen from something that doesn't have like a dumping excess underneath, I knew that would happen. I want to get, okay, I'm going to go down there to grab that. There we go. Come back up. There we go. Okay, well, we need to be under here anyway. This is pushing, there we go. This is pushing all of the hydrogen it gets into this chemical tank. It's just a basic one. It doesn't need to be any higher than this. And I've stuck this on dumping because I didn't want the hydrogen over here. I've kind of set it up so hydrogen, if I need hydrogen somewhere, I've got an electrolytic separator sitting there with it. So, right, there we go. This one here, we've got water electrolytic separated into hydrogen and oxygen. I'm dumping all the hydrogen here because I don't need it. Oxygen is just going over this way. And to get the water in there, the way that I've done it is I've got a fluid exporter with water. I did the same on this one, so it's a fluid thingy with water in there. To get the water, I've got this weird setup right here. So I've got an importer on a, and again, this is set to fluids. You can do that, by the way. You can. That's how you swap it over. So that can be fluids or items. Well, I got one for items. This one here. Yeah, see, that's set to items right there. So this one is just pulling fluids from the sink because the sink has infinite water. In fact, if I do this, you can see it's basically a tank of infinite water right there. I've got an external storage, which again is set to water, or fluids even. And that has got a, I should probably set a filter on this. So if I do whitelist mode, water, you can drag water over like that. And there it goes, going back up. Perfect. So what the external storage does is it just basically acts as like a fluid disk. So as if we're pulling that into our system. So this is on our system right now. I don't think we can see it in this here in the crafting grid. We'd have to get a fluid grid and then you could see it that way. But basically, this is my supply of water. And I'm using just regular old export. Actually, these are elite exporters because I needed more water going in there quicker. And I didn't fancy making loads of speed upgrades, so I thought, yeah, these ones will do. That's pushing water into this pressurized reaction chamber with the oxygen, as I said, from the electrolytic separator with some coal going in there. We've got a little bit of coal right there. That's 0.5 mil. So I thought we'd be fine for coal for a little while at least. That might not even run out by the time we finish this series. And I probably will go and put my quarry down again somewhere if I look like I'm running out. But this isn't like amazingly quick. I could have a crafter on here or wherever I think the export is right here. Instead of having an exporter, I could have a crafter with a crafting card. And no, wait, I can just put a crafting card in here. That's what I meant. Yeah, so I'll have an exporter with a crafting card in here for the coal blocks, and then it does 9 at a time. But as I said, I don't really need that many because my sulfur is staying around like what this rest of these machines can handle, basically. So, right, that's how we got sulfur. Sulfur's the first one that we'll try and get. Sulfur dust. It's a bit of a weird way of getting it, I know. You could do the thermal way of doing it with blaze rods or mining it, I suppose. Right, what's the next bit? So you chemically oxidize sulfur into, I don't know if we're ever going to catch that, but I think it's sulfur dioxide. Yeah, sulfur dioxide. And then the oxygen and the sulfur dioxide get infused in this C infuser. So that's a chemical infuser. They just couldn't fit it in right there. And that turns into... okay, that's taking its time to come over. I think this is probably the bottleneck. Sulfur trioxide, because it's dioxide, which means di means 2, so tri obviously means 3, so it's like adding oxygen to that sulfur dioxide. And the oxygen's coming from here, by the way, so I've got another electrolytic separator with an elite exporter, and that's making us the trioxide. The trioxide needs some water vapor to make... if it comes in, I wonder if I can... No, it's not going to let me. What's it saying there? Sulfuric acid. That's it. I haven't got it bookmarked on the side here. So sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid is then going into this dissolution chamber with the fluorite, which is being exported right here. Again, I've got a decent amount of fluorite. Where is it? It's right there. Not sure I'm going to run out of that either, but you never know. And that is turning into... Ah, okay. There we go. Hydrofluoric acid. And then the hydrofluoric acid and the uranium oxide, which is coming from these two here. This is just a regular enrichment chamber. I could make this a factory, but again, this is just dealing with it just being a regular enrichment chamber. That's pushing yellow cake. So if you enrich uranium, it turns into yellow cake. The yellow cake goes down into this chemical oxidizer again, turns it into uranium oxide, which then gets pushed into this chemical infusion, and that takes the hydrofluoric acid, the uranium oxide, and turns it into, wow, I can see it in this pipe, uranium hydroxide or heterofluoride. Fluoride? Hexafluoride. Yeah. That. Oh, it would be in here. There you go. So uranium hexafluoride. Then, if you put it in an isotopic centrifuge, it turns into fissile fuel. I feel like I've been talking for like 20 minutes already. So that's... this is the setup I went with. I tried to make it like as symmetrical as I could. And then I had to add this at the back here. And I only added this over here because it's like near the system. That's the only reason, really. Oh, and I'm feeding all of this using one of these network receivers from Refined Storage. This is just wireless refined storage, basically. Yeah, and that's making us some fissile fuel, which we can now use in a fission reactor. So I'm going to grab the stuff for that. Fission. I haven't done the calculation, so I might need to go off and figure out how big I want to make this. And I might make 2 just for symmetry's sake. But again, we've already broken symmetry over here, so I might just put 1 here. And then what we can do is have the turbine over this side, which will make us power, by the way. The fission reactor does not make power, it just makes steam. And it makes some byproducts, and we actually want some of those byproducts. So let me go build this, and I'll show you an amazing way to get rid of some of the byproducts that some people told me about in a previous series, and I never actually got to, but I'm really interested to see if it still works. Okay, I think I've got everything I need. We are just going to not build it into the floor. Need a little bit of room, actually, because this is going to be 7 tall. Okay, we're back. That is the structure that I'm going with right now, at least. We are going to do a pattern like this. I just ripped this straight from There's like a wiki. I'll try and link it if I remember in the description of this video. But there's the wiki that the guy that made this has, and I took this from that wiki. I'm gonna get a wand because it's a little easier to just, there you go. That'll do us. I can't remember if these go above or not. I don't think they do. So maybe we put these on top. That looks kind of what I wanted it to look like. And then we do need to put some ports in place. And we need 4 altogether. So we need 1 port which is for the fissile fuel. We need 1 import for the water that we're going to put in this. So basically what this does, you import water into it. These rods heat up with the fissile fuel and produce steam. So we need an output as well for that steam. So where am I going to put the... So that'll be the fissile fuel, or maybe this one will be the fissile. This will be the water, and then maybe this will be the steam. Yeah. And then there's like a byproduct that comes from this as well, which is what we're going to put straight into our disposal unit that we're going to make. I could just put all of these ports on the same side, to be honest. We could hide it if we put it on the same side, but I don't want to, like, I don't know, mess up. So for now we're just going to do this. And the last one goes in like that. And I think, oh, hello. That doesn't look like yeah, it's not formed, so I am missing something. I think there's some control rods. I didn't make the control rods. I think these are the ones that go on top. That's why I was like confused that I had some extras. So let me make these. And all I needed to do was put these control rod assemblies on top of these. So I do have a few extra of these assemblies, but that's fine. Put the last one down, you get these particle effects to show that this thing is fully formed. Ooh. I need my configurator. By the way, a couple of these things got duplicated, so I've got 2 warp stones now, and 2 nature's compass, and 2 configurators. My backpack didn't get reset when we had that little mishap, but my inventory stayed the way it was. No, the backpack did get reset, but my inventory didn't. So yeah, that's why I've got double of a few bits. But we can convert. That's not what I wanted to do. This is in wrench mode, that's why. Let's do, I don't know, anything else, and we can convert this. So that's an output. That's for waste right there. That's output for coolant. Input only. Okay, so 2 of these can be inputs. So this one and this one can be inputs. I'm going to put the water back there. And we are just going to use a sink. I've got that on me right now. This one is going to be output for waste. Yeah, that looks about right. Oh great, it's raining. Quick sleep, that got rid of it, or it will do. Yes? Yeah, there we go. So that's going to be output for waste. I think you can entangle a porter the waste, but I might be wrong. I think I tried that before and it wasn't doable. Ooh, that's how people used to do it. I just remembered, so we might not be able to do the thing that I was thinking. We should try, at least. Okay, let's have a look. So we need to use these entangled blocks. Can be bound to other blocks. I don't know if these go cross-dimensional. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go into a test world quick and I'm going to figure that out. But before I do, I'm going to set this to output for coolant. So this will be steam. I know steam can go into an entangler porter because that's the way that we're going to move the gas. Because I think entangler porter is like one of the only things that can move gases. So put an entangler porter here. This will output some steam. It will go into the entanglement. We'll have a turbine on this side here, which will feed off that steam and give us like a butt ton of power. But yeah, let's pop into a test world to see if entangled blocks can still be done the way that I hope they can be. Okay, so we're in our test world. I think the last time we were here, we were looking at the quarries, weren't we? So we can just get rid of that stuff for now. The thing that we want to look at now is if we grab entangled, yeah, no, I don't know. Actually, we only need one, right? Because we place it multiple times. So we can grab that. Let's grab a chest. And I'll just demonstrate what this does for now, which is we do this and then place an entangled block down. I think, this. Yeah? Yeah. And then we can pipe into this. I keep pressing G because that's to open my crafting grid in my my other stuff. So we can put this in. In fact, I'm not going to use this type. I'm going to do a worse version of it, so it'll be a little bit slower. So we can set this to import. So this will pull from this chest. So if I put spruce in there, it will go straight into this chest over here because of the entangled block. And actually, if you look at it, it does give you a little. I like that. It's pretty cool. What I'm wondering is what happens if I... Oh, okay. If I do that. That breaks, but if I put another chest down, that is fine. Okay, that's a good sign. Next thing we can do... I can just break that. Where is our teleport pad? It's right there. Go back to the overworld. Hello, cow. Let's get rid of those for now. If we do the same setup here... we can put it in the mining dimension. I like that. Is it going to do... we might need to chunk load this. Let's just do this entire area. There we go. Back into the mining dimension. Where is our chest set up? Where did I put it? Over there. Are you getting items? You might have finished by now. Okay, let's do these ones as well, because this is just a test world, right? So he's getting loads of items. So we can do the thing that I wanted to do. The only issue is it's not going to let me show you in here, so I'll pop back into my other world and I'll show you what I mean. And we're back in the other world. The issue that I was just saying about was entangled blocks. Unobtainium, so we need to go get some more unobtainium, which is absolutely fine because I have moved my chunk destroyer already, and it is currently doing the end. Yeah, quite a lot of the ends by the looks of it. I did a 50 by 50, but this is set to 25 this way, 25 this way, and then 50 forwards, right? So I should be able to fly around. There's some right there. Easy game. I could set the throttle buttons on this, but I can't be asked right now. 5. That's not too bad. I'm sure there's more around. End Highlands is what I'm in right now. I don't know. If I just fly about, I'm sure I'll find some. These little balls keep confusing me because it's like, I think you are ores, but you're definitely not. Not up there. There we go. Oh, there's loads over in this direction, and it just stopped right here. Whoa. That's what I like to see. I wonder if the enchantment's in this. Oh, hello. There's an enchantment that lets you mine whilst you're like hovering, basically, at the same. I Okay, I'm going to go get a magnet. Okay, there we go. Back with a magnet this time. And I should be able to just mine these and get them in my inventory. Easy peasy. I'm going to just mine as much of this unobtainium as I can right now. Because, oh, yeah, there's loads in this direction. What the heck? We found none in the other end highlands, but it's because they were all sneakily over in this direction. Right, let me grab this stuff and then we'll be back in a sec. Right, I turned the magnet off for now, because otherwise I get the sheepies. And I'm just going to stick these in. Yeah, that'll do. The raw unobtainium. We'll get a bunch of that. Just stick all this back in my system for now. Raw. Still a lot of stuff to process. I haven't put copper back on my list to go and get, you know, crushed up and everything. But that should mean obtainium, we've got a ton. So that's good. We can make ourselves some entangled blocks now. Just need to make... We only need one for what we're trying to do. So I'm just going to make the one for now. And we'll make the binder as well. Lovely. Right. So, to try and kind of explain what I mean by this, where's my... Is it this one? Yeah, I think this is the... Why are you not letting me... Oh, is it shift? Yeah. Output waste. Awesome. So, this entangled block will go here. This will make sense in a sec. We also need to use some compact machines, funny enough. This is, wow, these look all really weird to me. Let's go for a, why not? Let's go for one of these. Make a gold block. It doesn't need to be too big. That's why, yeah, we're going to do this. This can be wherever, to be fair. So I might just put it right there for now. Personal shrinking device. And that is an achievement right there. So what we can do is we can pop into the compact machine. I always like to set myself in one of the corners, just because, yeah, this is going to be quite hefty going in and out, so anyway, we'll pop in. What we can do is we can set up this entangler thing, entangled binder. We can set this up on a waste barrel. So, waste barrel. Now, the bad part about the waste barrel is if you break it and it's got some waste in it, it will chuck out a load of this radiation stuff, which we really don't want in our base or anywhere near our settlers or anything. So I think we need this. So we could use a block breaker. I kind of want to use refined storage for this. Yeah, I'm going to set up a simple refined storage. I think that'll be the best right there. So to do that, we're going to get all the bits for refined storage. So I'm going to grab those and then we'll be back in a sec. I think I've got everything now. So let's pop into the compact machine. Again, we're in this corner. I am going to set up my entangler porter for this controller. So let's do it on this wall. Perfect. This isn't going to take much power whatsoever. I'm going to use a disk drive to put this back in, but that's kind of all we need right there. Ah, I do need cables. Cables, let's grab all of those and pop back in. I think that's all I need. Fingers crossed. I don't want to keep loading and unloading my world. What's happening right there? So if I do that and that, if I put this here, this is the constructor. Constructor will go right there. And this is the destructor. So that has pulled that into the system. That has pulled the... Where is it? Oh, I can't get it back out. Oh, what I can do is waste. Are you gonna do? Oh, there you go. So you see what's happening right there? This is coming in. This is then breaking it. I kind of wanted to put a timer on this though. Yeah. So let's set this to every 10 minutes. No, 1 minute, which is 60 seconds. 1200? Yes. Yeah, I like that. And then in here, we can set this to only work with a redstone signal. Perfect. Okay, we're coming back to the time when this will break it, and it didn't work. Oh, why did you not put it? Huh? Only work with redstone signal. You had a redstone signal right there, so why did you not break it? I have a feeling. Oh, we're gonna need some blocks and stuff. Okay, let me get back out and I'll grab all the bits I need. Okay, this kind of works. My redstone is like so knackered right here. But if we set this to, what was it? Not that much. There you go. That'll do us. I think that's a minute right there. So every minute this will break the radioactive waste barrel, and then it will release all the radiation, but into this dimension, because this is technically its own dimension. So what we can now do is entangle that, pop back out. We shouldn't need to do anything else in that dimension. Maybe we need to chunk load it. In fact, I'm going to chunk load it just for the sake of it. I don't think you need to chunk load it, but I'm going to. These should all be chunk loaded from the beginning. We'll just leave a chunk load in there. Why not? I don't intend to go back in there, so... But there you go. There's the barrel. And we can grab... I think it's a gas, so we need the pressurized. These ones. I've only got one left. Okay, I'll make some more of those. But we could do one of those, and then one of those, and that is it completely negated, basically. All of the radioactive material will come out of this. It will go into the radioactive barrel that's in the compact machine. Every minute or so, it will break the barrel, release everything into the atmosphere, get rid of all of the radioactive material that's in that barrel, put it in the system that's in here. In fact, if I do right click, we can see it. There we go. So it will break this, radiation everywhere. It will go into the system, it will place it back down. This will continue pushing into this, and then it will break it in a minute again. Oh, that's a really neat system. I like that. I can't remember who mentioned that to me, but that's way better than what I did in my Ocean Block series. That's where I'm getting this knowledge from. This only really works if you've got this entangled block though, because there's no other way of moving the waste, radioactive waste, from this dimension to the compact machine dimension, because entangleporters don't work, remember. So, oh, right, that was a bit of a sidetrack right there. This is going to be for the water, so we can do this, but I don't know if this is any better than using pipes with an ultimate upgrade. I did make one of these, which requires netherite, but you know, we got loads of netherite now, so do one of those. Another way to do it is we can grab more of those pipes. So grab these ones, and we can just... Oh, I need one more. Okay, we'll leave this back one off for now. We can do one of those, and I think that does increase like how much water gets pulled out of the sink right here. But that will fill this with water. This is where we need to put the fissile fuel. And I think what we're going to do is Here's some entangler porters I made earlier. I'm going to need to make some more of those pipes, aren't I? Yeah, by the looks of it. We need to set up a brand new Pilpohs, or Pilpoh fuel. Do I want to do fuel or fissile? I'll do fissile fuel. There we go. Pilpoh fissile fuel right there. So can we set that? We can set that one, but not this one. Why is that? You know what? I figured it out. I was already on there. It said it right here. Pilpoh's fissile right there. Okay, right. So for the gases, we want all of these to be input. Got ya. Okay. So we can pick this back up, stick it right next to this. Let's make some more of those pressure pipes. There we go, some more pressure pipes. We can do one of those and one of those. Are you not outputting to the back? I think we can set this to output to the back. This, I believe, is the front. So gases, that's the front. That is the back. Need to do that on all three of these. That'll just dump all of that into our entangler porter. Beautiful. That'll create some more. These will all start kicking on again, even though you can't hear it because of the muffler upgrades. Worthy investment right there. And if we do this, we can see it's got 1912 or 1956. Yep, it's going up loads. Fissile fuel. And I believe I can just take a new one of these, stick it on here, set that, go to gases, and output. That'll have to be the back, won't it? We could do one of those. Before we do that, we want to do something about steam. And for now, what is steam? Does it come out as liquid? You know what? I don't know. Ooh, I have an idea though. What we can do is, first off, eject all of that fissile fuel. You are set to auto eject. No, you're not on this one. Auto eject, and I set that up completely wrong because that was items. Don't want to do anything with items right there. There you go. Fissile fuel in the tank. We can activate this really quick. Loud noises. Oh, it didn't get up to temperature to show us what it would output. I'm going to go look it up, one sec. Okay, looks like it is, I couldn't find it on, well, I didn't look very hard to be fair, but I think it is a liquid because this does attach right here. I don't know if it auto outputs, but we're going to be safe by doing one of these. And I'm just going to stick it in a fluid trash can for now, because next episode is when we're going to be doing the turbine, I think. So we can now activate that bad boy. I'll be burning our fissile fuel. So if I have a look in this is still going up, so it's not burning as much. Oh god, that's loud. Oh, I wonder. Ah, there we go. We can mute it. That's not exactly what I want to do. I want to... Ooh, yeah. That's what I wanted. I wanted to be able to turn the volume down just on this. Oh, that's awesome right there. And as you can see, it is outputting some nuclear waste right there. Steam is... What the heck is this then? Is this not pulling the steam out? It might be gas, you know. That's a blue one. This is a cyan coloured. Oh, if it's gas, I don't know if we can use one of these. That's a bit of a pain. It is a gas. No! That's fine. We can make an entangler porter for that. For now, I'm going to turn this off. And yeah, we're going to call the episode there. So today I have played, well, I've hit the playtime 4.6 days. And so far this is all I've achieved. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, I'm so silly. I could have just put the external storage straight on the sink. So if you're going to do that, just put it on the sink. I really want to click into this, but I know the radiation will destroy me if I go in here. I'm not going to.